Hello, everyone. Today we're going to address a controversial topic that's sparking protests worldwide. Let's talk about the death sentence imposed by Iran's theocratic dictatorship on the young rapper Toomaj Salehi. Stay tuned until the end of the video. Don't forget to leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any content we post here. Finally, leave your comment because it's very important to know the opinions of our followers. Toomaj Salehi is an Iranian rapper known for his songs addressing social and political issues in Iran. He gained popularity for his lyrics, criticizing the government and discussing topics such as freedom of expression, human rights, and social inequality. In a popular song, The Mouse Hole, Salehi addresses those who collaborate with the Islamic Republic, warning that they better find a place to hide, as they will soon be punished for their mistakes. Recently, the rapper was sentenced to death for his involvement in the widespread protests that swept through Iran in 2022. His lawyer, Amir Rajan, stated that an execution order for the rapper had indeed been issued. Let's understand why the rapper was arrested in 2022. Toomaj Salehi spoke out in defense of the young Mahsa Amini, 22 years old, who was arrested by Iranian morality police and taken to a police station, where she passed out shortly afterward. She remained in a coma for 2.5 days, with head injuries and breathing through a tube, before dying. The family claims that the morality police killed her violently and cruelly. The cause of the young woman's arrest and death? For not wearing the hijab veil correctly. Mahsa Amini's death sparked outrage and protests worldwide, and Toomaj Salehi was arrested after supporting the weeks-long demonstrations. He criticized the Iranian regime and openly spoke out against the government in rap lyrics and on social media. The Iranian government sentenced Salehi to 6 years in prison. After being detained, the rapper was kept in solitary confinement and tortured. Toomaj's family said his life was at risk after he was tried behind closed doors. Iranian media revealed that Salehi was charged with corruption on earth, a crime that carries the death penalty. Salehi was also accused of spreading propaganda, cooperating with a hostile government, and inciting violence. According to Salehi's cousin Azadeh Babadi, the rapper was denied the right to hire a lawyer. Babadi believes that the Iranian government is fabricating evidence. In an unprecedented move, a court in Isfahan reversed the Supreme Court's decision, which had sentenced the young man to 6 years in prison, upholding the original verdict of corruption on earth and pronouncing the maximum sentence of death, according to Iranian pro-reform media outlets Sharg and Entekab. Protesters took to the streets to demand the cancellation of the Iranian rapper's death sentence. He was sentenced to hanging. UN experts demanded Salehi's release and urged Iranian authorities to reverse the death sentence. Experts stated they were alarmed by the imposition of the death sentence and the alleged mistreatment of the young rapper, which seemed to be related solely to exercising his right to artistic expression and creativity. Salehi's political sponsor in Europe, German parliamentarian Yiwan Ri, described the death sentence against the rapper as absurd and inhumane.
It's still unclear how this verdict came about. It's unbelievable how the Iranian regime treats defendants in an irresponsible and arbitrary manner. It's impossible to recognize the rule of law in the chaos of the responsible courts,
said the German parliamentarian. Efforts to free the Iranian have taken on an international dimension, with protests in the United States, Canada, and parts of Europe. There has also been significant social media backlash. Demonstrators are calling for the decision to be overturned. Another artist, Kurdish-Iranian rapper Saman Yassin, who was also arrested during the height of the 2022 protests in Iran, was transferred to a psychiatric hospital twice in less than a year, according to the pro-reform news outlet Iranwire. A court in Tehran sentenced Yassin to 5 years in prison, according to the Kurdish human rights group Henga. U.S. authorities said they strongly condemned the death sentence of Toomaj Salehi and the 5-year sentence for Kurdish-Iranian rapper Saman Yassin. They call for their immediate release. They also said that these are the latest examples of the brutal abuse the regime inflicts on its own citizens, the disregard for human rights, and the fear of democratic change that the Iranian people seek. Iran's theocratic policy is based on the principle of velayat-e-faqih, which means rule of the jurisprudent in Persian. This system was established after the 1979 Islamic Revolution, led by Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, which overthrew the monarchical regime of Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. According to the theory of velayat-e-faqih, the highest Islamic religious leader has supreme authority over the state and society. In Iran's case, the highest leader is Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who has held the position of supreme leader since 1989. The supreme leader has considerable powers, including control over the armed forces, state media, and the appointment of high government officials. In addition to the supreme leader, Iran has a complex political system that includes the president, the Majlis Parliament, the Guardian Council, and other bodies. The president is elected by popular vote, but his powers are limited compared to those of the supreme leader. The Guardian Council, composed of clerics and Islamic jurists, has veto power over legislation and political candidates, significantly influencing the country's political landscape. Iran's theocratic policy has been a subject of debate and criticism, both within the country and internationally, especially regarding human rights, freedom of expression, and political participation. And the term theocratic dictatorship is often used to describe the country's political system, especially by government critics and external observers who see the regime as authoritarian and based on religious principles. Now the question arises, what is the purpose of a president, parliament, council, jurists, in short, a whole team that should govern the country and legislate for the people through elections, if the religious leader is the one who really holds the power? In this rapper's case, he was sentenced to 6 years in prison by Iran's Supreme Court, and arbitrarily, the religious leader overturned the given sentence and condemned him to the harshest penalty, death. What country is this? What politics is this? What world is this?